Turn that light on. You just can't see shit. I know I can't. What's up, y'all? I feel like I need to turn the light on. I need a water. Yeah, I didn't get myself situated before I jumped on here. I just jumped on. But good morning, y'all. What's up? Hold on 1 second. I wasn't prepared. But now I'm prepared. I need my water. How y'all feeling this morning? Okay, I don't have no topic for y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't have no topic for y'all. So I just be answering questions. So if you have any questions for me, please ask me in the question box. Because I ain't got no topics for y'all. My boy Thug Nasty. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Thug Nasty. Yeah, I'm not adding nobody today because Thug Nasty birthday today. My girl Chaz, she probably conducting business. I just probably called her at the right time yesterday. So yeah, I'm not bringing up nobody today. You was just in the DM. Good morning. Why everybody making a fake page of you then trying to DM? I don't know what's going on with fake pages. I don't know what their mindset is, honestly. What happened with the calendars? Life happened. Y'all, even though we've been able to get outside during COVID, there are still businesses that are still trying to get it together since COVID. That are trying to get back together. So the company that I like to use for my calendar, good morning security. The company I like to use for my calendar, to print out my calendar, they have been like all over the place ever since COVID. So I have been in search for another company that I can trust, because once I lock in with a company, I am like loyal to that company because I'm familiar with them. I know what kind of business they do. And yeah, so that's what happened with the calendar. I'm just in search for a new company that I can trust that will get my prints out to me in a timely fashion. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Good morning. Okay, so somebody did ask me a question. For whatever reason, I cannot tag it. Somebody asked me, do I believe that women are better at having sex and not getting emotionally attached than men are? I wish I could tag that. Y'all gotta ask the questions in the question box, because these comments are gonna keep going up and up and up. Do I believe that women can have sex with men with no emotional attachment better than men can? Okay, I feel like women are good at women. Okay, so there are different types of women. There are women that are capable of having sex with a man without having an emotional attachment. There are women that are capable of doing that. Are women better at men with that? No. Women are not. I don't feel like women are better than men with that, because a man will be madly in love with a woman and will still be able to go fuck somebody and come back home to that woman that they're madly in love with. So, because temptation, I think that temptation is a motherfucker for anybody. But easier, I think, for a man to be able to go and have sex with a woman and then come back home to their woman that they do love with no problem. Women, there are women now, if you catch a woman that want to just have sex, and they're not really interested in a relationship, they're not interested in anything other than I just want to fuck this person and then get back to my life. Not get back to my husband, not get back to my boyfriend, but get back to my life. Because sometimes women are just so involved in work that they still want to have sex. So they'll have that partner that they go to just for sex. But they're not going to have somebody that they just want to go fuck and then go back to their husband or their boyfriend. I don't think so. Someone said they're not actually in love with her because he doesn't respect her. Okay, this is only my personal opinion. Men's minds work differently than a woman's mind. So I feel like sometimes men's minds are different. Men's minds are different. They don't think that they have any type of lack of respect for the woman that they love because they went and fucked somebody else. They don't feel like that's a lack of respect. They feel like, honest to God, they feel like they went and fucked her. They feel like the woman that they went and fucked they have less respect for the woman that they went and fucked than to take away any type of respect from the woman that they went home to. They feel like they had respect for that woman that they went home to because they went home to her. So I've heard a whole lot of different types of opinions, but no, they don't. Some men don't feel like that's a lack of respect for the woman that they went home to. They feel like they have a lack of respect for the woman they were able to leave their home to go fuck and then go back home to the other woman. It's different. That's from what I've always, heard. Thank you for buying badges, Mr. Frazier. Thank you. I wish I could. Now that I have badges, it's saying I can't put the questions up here, but I'm still going to answer them. What are some non-sexual things that are a turn on for you when you are dating someone? Something that is non-sexual that is a turn on for me. I like respect is a turn on for me. Respect my time. Respect me. Thank you, Paul, for purchasing a badge. That's a turn on for me. Respecting my time, respecting my work, respecting that I'm a mother. And like that's a huge love language for me. And that's a turn on for me because I love business. I love handling my business. I love being a mother. I love these things. And if you can support me in the love that I have and the passion that I have for the things that I'm doing by not downplaying it, by not disrespecting it, because okay, I have an OnlyFans, right? I have a large following on platforms. Thank you, Crown King, for purchasing a badge. I have a lot of huge platforms and I have a lot of responsibilities in keeping these things up daily. So what I try to do is I try to be very discreet about handling my business on my phone. I try to make sure all my business can be conducted from my phone no matter where I'm at. So I don't want you to feel like I'm taking any time or attention away from you and me doing my work. So when people are around me, they don't even believe that I do work because I make it look easy. You know, when you so good at what you do with things, you make it look really, really easy. So then when a task is not so easy and you gotta actually like I gotta step away or I can't come do this because I actually have to be home to get on my computer to do XYZ to execute something. Like when those things do occur, I need that respected. And I'm gonna respect your business as well, because if you're dealing with a busy individual, you gotta understand that if you're dealing with somebody that has their own everything, then they gotta conduct business at some point in time. So don't get angry at a person because they might not have all the time that they once had for you at certain times, because they got to handle their business. So my love language and my turn on is if you respect my time and you respect my responsibilities and allow me that freedom to be able to conduct my business, then that means the world to me. That means the world to me. Someone asked, how does it feel to get a lot of attention? I don't see it and I don't feel it. I don't see it and I don't feel it at all. You have to know how to decipher entertainment from reality. Regankay is an entertainer. Regankay has an OnlyFans. Regankay has 1.9 million followers on Instagram, as well as 2 backup pages. One has 377,000 followers. The other one has 40,000 followers. I have Regankay has a YouTube channel with almost 20K subscribers. Regankay has all of these things that is under Regankay LLC. My life is conducted just like a bank account is. There's a business account and a personal account. When I'm accountable for Regankay, I'm accountable for that business and that entity of Regankay. Regan, outside of Regankay, is personal. So all of the attention, it all goes to Regankay. The attention does not affect Regan at home. So that's how I handle it. That's how I handle it. I clock in and I clock out. What is one of the biggest lessons you've learned from a failed relationship that has helped you be the woman that you are today? The biggest lesson that I learned was that you can pour into a relationship, but please don't over pour into a relationship. I learned that there are wifely duties and there are girlfriend duties. If you are coming into a girlfriend situation doing wifely duties, you gotta understand that there are some men that will love that to the point of, I want to make you my wife because you have come through so strongly for me, and those things that you do for that person don't go unnoticed. There are men that see that this is my wife, and they see you doing these things as a woman, and they're like, yeah, you gotta have my last name. But then there are some men that you can do all the wifely duties you want for a boyfriend, and he gonna feel like, why the fuck do I have to marry you? Because I'm already getting everything that I could have ever wanted. So why do I have to put a ring on your finger? Why do I have to give you my last name? You're already doing everything. And they're going to allow you to do that as long as you want to give that, until you come to a realization of, this man is not going to marry me. I can do everything in the world that I see my homegirls that are married doing for their husbands. I'm going to take everything that I see these women that are married that are doing for their husbands, and maybe that'll make me a wife to this man, and maybe he'll marry me because I'm doing all these things. Some men, they not gonna They not wifing it. They just gonna be like, you been doing it. Because you gotta understand, however you walk in the door with a man, then you setting a standard. That's why you have to set standards. And that's what I learned as well, setting standards from the beginning. Because if you come in the door just fucking a dude, and you easily just fucking this dude, and then 3 months later you saying, hey, I want to be your girlfriend, I ain't have to work for that pussy. I didn't have to earn you. So since I didn't have to earn things from you, then what the fuck do I look like making you my girlfriend? Because I'm not going to cherish something that I didn't earn. I'm going to take it for granted. That's just like money. If somebody just give you some money, then you feel like it's quote unquote free money. You're going to throw that money out there. You're going to do whatever the hell you want to do with the money because you don't give a fuck about it. It wasn't earned. But see, when you go work a job and you working a job to earn that paycheck, you're going to be very mindful of how you spending that money because that's money that you earn. And that's the same thing with a woman. Like, we got to understand you got to walk in the door and give these standards, because once you give those standards, you letting that man know what you are looking for. And if he cannot give it to you, at least if he's man enough to say, I can't give it to you, or I can't give it to you right now, then you have the choice as an adult to be like, okay, well, if you can't give it to me, holler at me when you can, and just walk away. And that's what sometimes I feel like we do, is that we'll accept somebody, or, okay, these are the things I want. And then the person say, well, I could almost give it to you, or I could try to give it to you. And you give everything on a loan, and then that loan don't get paid back because they ain't never fulfill it fully for you. Like, so you got to stand 10 toes down on what you want. And I feel like with men and men that I have come encounter with, like, if they really want something, they gonna go after what the fuck they want. If they gotta go get another job to keep it or to have it, whatever the fuck a man gotta do to get whatever it is that they want, they gonna work for it, including a woman. So it's like women are sometimes too easy giving and too easy going with men. You gotta allow a man to be a man. And that's what's going to keep that man coming around, because a man wants to always be a man. He wants to know and feel that he is that man in that relationship, and he not trying to be with a man either. So don't abuse it either. Like, I'm a woman. I'm always going to be a woman. I don't ever want to be a man to my man. I want to be a woman to my man. So I'm not going to overstep neither. But that's all I'm going to say. I got some more questions. Let me see what the questions are. Okay, someone said having a large following in a career doesn't make your dating life more complicated. Me having a large following, okay, so let me just be very transparent. Before I got into OnlyFans, before I got into Instagram to the point of having a lot of followers, I was already seeing someone. And I have been on and off seeing that person all the way through. Because I was uncomfortable with dating, with having a large following. I honestly thought that I would be able to keep the same person that I had before everything started, because it's a sense of loyalty that you feel that you have with a person that knew you before everything. But the issue is that when you know somebody before everything starts changing for you, if it could be one or two things that can happen. Either they can grow with you and support you through it, you know what I'm saying? Or they can somewhat start getting envious. Not saying that the person was envious, but saying that when things started changing in my life, our lives started going in separate directions. So basically at this point now, I'm not interested in dating, so I couldn't even tell you what the dating scene looked like because I haven't dated. I have just been really, really into my work and into growing. So I haven't been into dating because I know the kind of woman I am. I'm a loyal Leo. And a loyal Leo, what I always say a loyal Leo is basically I don't move around with multiple people. Once I feel that vibe from a person, cause I've noticed with me and most Leos, I'm not a huge zodiac person, but I like listening to people say things about Leos because it's so kind of similar. But once we get that chemistry with a person, like we don't get chemistry with people like talking about. Like, and I don't know if that's everybody, but I know with myself, I don't have that chemistry, that vibe with everybody. I can't force that vibe with nobody. Just because I gave you my number or you got my number don't mean that I vibed with you like that for real. And I'm trying to see, like, are you going to be a friend? Are you acting like a fan? Like, are you in your head with a fantasy about Regankay, sleeping with Regankay? Like, what's going on in your mind? So there's so many things to try to, like, get through, filter through with dating that I'm just kind of like, my love will find me when it find me. Like, I'm just going to enjoy life. I'm going to continue to work. I'm going to continue to grow, and I'll allow love to find me because, baby, the people that are looking for love, usually looking for love in all the wrong places. And some people want love so bad that they will turn and manipulate lust or like into love because they're so in love with the idea of love. They want to keep up with, you know, the things that they see in these illusions that people create with their relationships, because everybody posts the vacations and all this and that, but people don't be posting, you know, those hard days when they don't like their partner. They don't post them hard. Hopefully they don't, because I think that's lame anyways to come to social media with that shit. But relationships are hard. So if I know that I'm not about to be fully invested in a relationship, then I just rather not even play with nobody's feelings or emotions, because right now I feel like I'm at a point where I need to heal myself and I need to grow and I need to learn me and love me and fall in love with me, so that the love that I do, that does come to me, will fall in line with the love that I already have for myself. So I don't want to be unhealed and all broken up and stuff, and I'm going to somebody like this and they're probably just as bad as me. So then some of the traumas that I've already healed from, they bringing it right back because it's some shit that they didn't heal from. So instead of all of that, I'm just going to come into my full whole self and, like I said, fall in love with me, fall in love with life, and then love will find me. So yeah, I'm not like looking for all of that right now. Would you rather find a big house or have a big house built from the ground up? So when I purchased my house, my dream was to get a newly built home, and I went to my realtor. Shout out to Kaya. I went to Kaya and I'm like, Kaya, I want a new house. I don't want nothing that nobody else lived in. I want to just have a newly built house. And at the time, the market was crazy. So the amount that I was approved for was a good number to find a newly built home. However, when at that time with the market, I found a newly built house that was well below my budget, but they wanted 200 grand over the actual price that it was worth. And then not only that, I had to learn that in those new neighborhoods, you're going to be listening to new constructions being built constantly in the neighborhood. So it's not ever going to be peaceful and quiet. Just because your home they might say your home is worth this much at this point in time. You never know with the community. Like, it was too much. So when I found my home in an already established neighborhood. I bought in the equity. And my the value of my home increased because the homes around me are actually going up in value. So it was better for me to find a big house that was already built as opposed to a new construction. So I'll go with that every time from now on. I don't want no new constructions. I want equity. I want to know the value of my home. Yeah. So now I know better. Somebody asked what city was I raised in. Okay, so I don't ever go in depth with it, but I'll go in depth with it. So I'm from Kenner. I'm from Kenner, Louisiana. I lived in Kenner, Louisiana all my life. My mother then bought a home in another part of Louisiana that was not too far from Kenner. So I went to school out there for 2 years. So I don't ever claim that I'm from that hellhole place. But my mom bought a house there, but I'm not from there. I'm from Kenner, Louisiana. I say New Orleans because nobody's really familiar with Kenner. So I say New Orleans because New Orleans is like 15 minutes away from Kenner. So if it's somebody that I meet, they're from Ohio or something like that, they would never be familiar with Kenner, but they're familiar with New Orleans. So that would be why you would hear me say New Orleans, but I am from Kenner, Louisiana, born and raised. Kenner, Louisiana. That's where I'm from. Oh Lord, why do I have so many people trying to come up in my request? I'm sorry, y'all. I can't bring nobody up today because oh Lord, I don't think I could bring nobody up if I wanted to anyways. There's so many people requesting. Sorry. Oh wow. What is your opinion on accounts that pretend to be you and how do you handle it? There are a lot of fake accounts. It's a lot of fake accounts. I used to be bothered by it, but not so much because I've been on Instagram like really like with a lot of followers since 2018. So the way that Instagram protects our pages from between 2018 and now is way different. So before, I did used to have an issue with the fake pages because Instagram I felt wasn't protecting my real page enough 2018 up until 2020. But as of now, they are doing more like creating a verification option so that you can verify with them that, hey, this is really me, this is my ID, this is whatever. Like I said before, I put LLC behind my name because I do actually have an LLC. I've been having my LLC for years now. So now it's easier for me to be able to say, hey, this is really me, this is my page. Instagram, please protect my page because I have a business under this name and I also can prove my identity. So now I don't care about the fake pages. I know it's more of a problem for y'all than it is for me because they come hitting y'all up. But I tell y'all all the time, I would not hit y'all up. That's how y'all know that red flag. It's a red flag, baby. Because I wouldn't hit y'all up like that. I just wouldn't. Somebody asked me how am I doing today. I'm fine. Would you rather accept 2.5 million right now or 4,000 a week for the rest of your life? It depends. It depends on a lot of things. I have questions. What are 2 or 3 red flags that will make me stop dating someone? The first red flag would be if they don't like questions. That's the first red flag. If they do not like questions. If you are in a getting to know you phase of interacting with someone and they hate questions, that is a red flag to me. Because if you're not comfortable with questions, then that's probably because your ass is tired of making up lies to answer the questions. So that's number one. Somebody that hate questions. That's a red flag for me. Number two red flag is if they have a certain time period where they disappear and it's not because of a job. If they disappear between the hours of 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. every day, they got a situation that they're not talking about. That they're not talking about. And for that reason,